Today we're talking about Ferris Bueller.
I'm taking the day off. Now get dressed and come on over.
The first time I actually remember it, I was actually home from school.
This is my 9th sick day this semester. It's getting pretty tough coming up with new illnesses.
And once he's off the hook, that MTV logo hits, dude.
Shout out to Ferris's economics teacher, Ben Stein.
Bueller.
Of course, in the class is a 15-year-old Christy Swanson.
I guess it's pretty serious.
Four, three, two, one.
Cue music.
Hey, so we Kennedy, so we
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Be Kind. Let's Rewind, the nostalgia podcast no one asked for. Today we're talking about Ferris Bueller.
They bought it.
Guys,
Swallow it.
40 years old on this one. Another
Gross,
one.
dude.
And I guess, like, out of the gate, I did not see this in movie theaters. Probably none of us saw this in theaters. But this made the rounds on network television, and this became one of my comfort movies. Like, I will watch this. If this movie's on television, I'm going to stop and watch it.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I don't know when and where that happened, but it's just I enjoy it. It's a nice, for me, I can relax, kick back, and unplug and watch this movie, man. Leaf, what about you?
Dude, almost the same, man. Like, this became, I don't know, like, when it started making its rounds in its entirety on public television, but it was like, I mean, it's fairly clean, right? Like, I mean, there's a little bit of language in there, but to my remembrance, even through this watch through, like, not much. It's not something you can't really watch on normal television or even back in the 80s and 90s. And you're right, dude. Like, it's just something that, like, if it was on, I wouldn't change the channel. Like, I would just watch it, and it would be something in the background or whatever have you. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's a comfort movie in a lot of ways, dude.
It's awesome. Shadow, what about you, man?
I think the first time I saw it, I was with like an older cousin that was watching it. It might have been like a babysitting scenario or something.
Okay.
So I don't really remember it. The first time I actually remember it, I was actually home from school. I was
Nice.
sick. I was
Nice.
sick, and it was one of those ran on HBO a lot. So,
Dude, that's the perfect one to have, man.
But unlike you guys, I don't dislike it. I just never been a huge fan.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't really like Matthew Broderick that much.
I'm kind of, I mean, Cable Guy was meh, but like, I mean, I liked him all right in Hot Shots, per our synopsis. He was really good in Hot Shots.
Yeah, not to be confused with John Cryer.
Yeah.
I will do that even
Which
after
you
this
will,
podcast.
which you will get confused with, and it'll lead Leaf's synopsis over to.
Wasn't that bad, damn it.
Dude, I was gonna go with like something light by the pool because Ferris Bueller's by the pool, and then I just dove into Crown Royal in a glass.
Oh my goodness!
Noob, he gets it, dude.
Thanks, noob. Let's do this. Leaf, what do you got?
Dude, I did go with the Ferris Bueller by the poolside, dude. I got a cutwater mudslide, dude.
Oh, nice.
The banana con, man. It's delectable, man.
It's delicious.
Tastes like a banana hammock.
Yeah.
just wring it out.
Leaf's favorite from Chippendales. Shadow, what do you got?
Man, I love hosting house parties because people always leave a big variety of booze. So I'm trying this hair of the screwdriver.
Yeah, I saw that. And then there's nothing like orange juice in a metal can. So hopefully that tastes delicioso.
It doesn't say anything about orange juice. It does say 12.5% alcohol.
Yeah, which I do believe translates to.
Good luck, everybody else.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun synopsis, you guys. You better buckle up.
Did he say strap in or strap on?
Yeah, Shadwick's ready for it, man. Also, new month, new rewinder of the month, man. So shout out my homeboy Caleb. Caleb actually found us from Something to Wrestle. So appreciate those dudes for helping us out. And
Awesome, dude.
big wrestling fan, dude. Homie got himself some merch, subbed to Patreon.
Wow.
Went through the whole catalog.
A real one. We appreciate that.
Yeah, really appreciate all the support, Caleb. So
Wait, is Caleb from Pakistan by any chance?
he's not from Pakistan.
What? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
for those that don't know, which you shouldn't know unless you're the government eavesdropping on our Discord. But we got a notification that I think we're almost in the top 100 of comedy podcasts in Pakistan. So,
Hell yeah, dude.
shout out.
Out Pakistan, baby. Let's go, dude. Let's go.
I don't. Yeah, I got nothing on that one. We'll take anything we can get.
That's going on a blurb on social media, 100%.
Yep, 100%, man. So, again, thanks, Caleb. If you guys would also like to be a Rewinder of the Month, be sure to hit us up on socials. You can comment on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, X, TikTok, Instagram, all those. So, man, Leaf, let's go ahead and jump over into Ferris Bueller's Day Off with some boring-ass facts.
I thought you'd never ask, Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are uninitiated,
Bueller.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is a 1986 American teen comedy film written, co-produced, and directed by the illustrious John Hughes. The budget for this film was a mere $5 million, dude. They made it for a song and a dance, man.
Dude.
And it pulled in a worldwide box office amount of $70 million. So
Do you think that just when the John Hughes wave started to hit, that was this Paramount? I know it's on Paramount now. By the way, if you haven't seen it on Paramount Plus, you can watch it.
yeah.
Did they just know? Because this dude, I think they said he turned the shit around in 6 days. The script,
Yeah, the
and
whole
he did the
script.
same thing with Breakfast Club. He did the same thing, I think,
feel
with
like they were. I think they had him down to write a sequel for not 16 Candles. What was the one that John Cryer was in?
Was that Pretty in Pink?
Pretty in Pink. Yeah. Who's
Yeah,
Ducky.
I think it was Pretty in Pink. He was supposed to be writing a sequel to that. He kept putting it off. Apparently, he was notorious for.
Procrastinating?
Yeah, I couldn't think of the
What's
word.
that like
Procrastination.
on this
Couldn't be
podcast?
me.
No shit, right? But so he had one night left, and the dude got with him the next morning. And he's like, "Did you get it?" And he's like, "No, but I wrote this." And he had 60 pages, I think, of this movie. You got to think too. More than writing scripts, he's also a great joke writer.
Yeah. And, and they always seemingly find the right cast for this. I mean, it's just, I don't know. The John Hughes love will always come from this podcast. I don't really hear a lot of people try to slander his movies or whatever.
And the scenes, too.
I might slander his haircut a little bit.
Dude, yeah. That wasn't even like a mullet. That was like almost a mullet into a lion's mane that I saw on behind the scenes on this.
Was it spiked on top and then
Yeah.
the mullet was spiked on the bottom kind
Yeah,
of?
his face and glasses did not help that look.
No.
There's a lot of sitcom-esque scenes set up in this film too, which are just it's real brilliant. There's a lot of wacky moments that you see sort of coming a mile away. I think in a lot of cases, I mean, obviously by now it's 40 years. Everybody's that's seen this movie,
Right.
it's become a staple. But
But it's also got a little Ocean's 11 in it. A little,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little misdirection.
I see that.
A little,
Yeah,
the cunning, the James
Yeah,
Bond.
And we talked about this off air. This is the first movie I remember where the fourth wall was broken to include the audience completely. Not a wink and a nod or whatever. You're part of this story.
How could I possibly be expected to handle school on a day like this?
yeah, the main character talks directly
Talks to you. And so, I did some research, and I guess technically the fourth wall was broken in 1918, in some silent films.
yeah.
But
Charlie Chaplin stuff.
yeah, that kind of stuff. But we shout out a Grandma's Boy episode.
I once gave Charlie Chaplin a hand job.
No way. Was he silent?
Not after I was done with him.
But this is a new concept. I could not find anything before this that was to this degree. And I mean, from watching
Yeah.
documentaries and interviews and stuff, Matthew Broderick nailed this, because this is not something you basically learn in acting school, I don't think. Like, not a lot of movies were doing this. Now, he was a Broadway guy, so probably Broadway, I know they do that more. So he's probably a good call for this.
He and Alan Ruck had been working on Broadway together, right?
Yeah.
Prior to this. And I think he got Alan Ruck the audition for the movie.
Yeah, I think so. So let's before we jump into this first scene, Chadwick, let's run through these. There's a bazillion fan fiction or fan theories of what this movie is. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp mine on the front of this. They're all terrible and stupid, but I'll play along. So after watching interviews and shit with John Hughes, there's no, like, darker meaning to this. This is just John Hughes, apparently, him and his girlfriend used to always have a third wheel, and that's why he wrote this. Is like his buddies were the third wheel, and his girlfriend was always cool with his buddies, and there we go. There's no darker than this, but let's jump into it.
And I think Ferris Bueller as a character was kind of waving his thumb at the establishment.
Yeah.
Maybe you know the networks.
Or
the movie studios, because I think they were trying to hold him down and make him do what they wanted.
Yeah, and it turns out he knew what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah,
so
weird.
What do you got, man? What's one of the first ones off of these theories here?
So the first one, I think, is that Ferris is in like a Groundhog Day situation.
That's my favorite.
Like,
I'm gonna say it right now.
He's in a loop, and I think what supports that is he seemingly knows how everything's going to turn out.
How everyone's going to interact with his setups and things of that nature.
And then especially the part where when he first talks to Cameron on the phone, and they hang up, and Cameron's like, "I'm going to die," and he calls him right back and he goes,
You're not dying, you just can't think of anything good to do.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
but I always just took that as like
he knows
that's how well he knows him.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. My thing is, though, I just want to say that, like, also, if that is the case, it also makes sense because really, and I'm just going to state this, like, Cameron is you could argue, like, he's actually, like, the main character of the film because Ferris Bueller doesn't really go through any sort of, like, character transition. He starts and ends the film the same. The real story is about Cameron, so Ferris's friend Cameron, this neurotic weirdo, we'll get into that, obviously, but he's got, like he's the one that's sort of like the focal point of, and Ferris has numerous monologues to the audience about him, and almost as if perhaps maybe if you believe this fan theory, it was Ferris's job to escape the loop by helping Cameron.
That's how he was hoping that the next leap would be the leap home.
The leap home.
Oh boy.
So yeah, you're right though. Like Cameron, I think is a bigger character. And that's why maybe the other two theories are based around him. The next one is that after they have that initial phone call, he goes back to sleep, and the whole rest of the movie is a dream, just a fever dream.
From Cameron.
Yeah, from Cameron.
Oh, okay.
Because he gets to experience all these like crazy, like wonderful things, and then at the end, you know, he gets to stand up to his dad, which is his main antagonist in his life or whatever. My favorite one is that Cameron is suffering from some type of psychosis, and Ferris is actually his version of Tyler Durden.
Oh, you got some fucked up friends, I'm telling you. Remember them.
He's got his own fight club.
Like a fight club.
So Cameron is basically Ed Norton in Fight Club, and Ferris is his true self trying to break out.
Well, I'll tell you this: if we ever are able to do this full time, we can probably cut and make that happen. I've got a feeling there's a way with music and lighting and things that we could probably change and make this dark as fuck.
That's a really good one too, because in a lot of ways, Ferris Bueller is one of like Cameron's antagonists, like in the film. He's someone that's sort of like the impetus for Cameron to do things he's not comfortable with. So man, that's
very Tyler Durden. Yeah,
that's a very Tyler Durden. I like it.
I like it, man. Leaf, let's go ahead and kick this biatch off.
Absolutely, guys. We can.
Bitch, shut your bitch ass mouth, ho!
Opening morning scene in some suburb in or on the outside of Chicago. We meet high schooler senior Ferris Bueller, played by Matthew Broderick, not John Cryer. Doc, I'm gonna forget.
Shout out our Hot Shots episode.
Hot Shots episode. Yeah, he wakes up and of course he immediately begins scheming on a way to skip school. His mom and dad come into his room to his moaning. He's obviously pretending to be sick. His mom and dad, played by Cindy Pickett and Lyman Ward, and they're mentally ill, man. There's no way that they fall for this. Completely and ridiculously unrealistic.
In the real world, they met on this set and got married.
Yeah.
In real life, like honestly,
Really?
like those
Yeah.
two actors, that actor and actress got married.
Yeah, in the real world, she has a different haircut and she's hot as fuck.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
She didn't have the short suburban mom haircut from the 80s.
The Marky Post.
Yeah, whenever she grew it out, me and Shadwick likey.
Yeah. We can keep going. We can keep going with that because they immediately fall for it and are apt to let him stay home and be ill. His younger sister, however, Jeanie Bueller, played by Jennifer Grey, is less taken by Ferris's antics immediately.
You know what? Until you said that, even though he's the one that's risking not being able to graduate and they go to the same school, for some reason, I always thought she was his older sister.
I did too.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same here. I'd never ever thought about that like in any other way. But yeah, that's
a good
true.
point. I guess I never thought about it at all. But like, you know,
she came off as the older sister.
She did, and she comes off as like much more like responsible. Like,
but if he's a senior,
they're trying to promote that bullshit idea that women mature faster than men.
But the thing is,
that's not true until later in life, ladies.
Hold on, though. She does seem the more responsible one, and which we find out, like, that's probably one of the reasons her parents gave her the car and not Ferris. And it kind of shows you that, like, maybe his parents figured out, you know, he's kind of wild and crazy, or maybe he was the favorite of, and they didn't want him like running around, you know, completely independent.
All kinds of strange.
I think you're half right.
Okay.
I think he is their favorite, and they gave her the car to try to buy her love.
Okay.
Because they give him all the attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
And that's
a good one. Yeah.
And that's why they eat up this whole, goo goo gaga baby, bullshit act.
Yeah. Because I mean, like they finally say, you know, he's winking at his sister when the parents got their back turned. Like, she knows he's full of shit. She's mad because your older sibling can't have anything nice without you being mad about it, because that's just the laws of nature. So she storms off because she's got to go to school, and then it just cuts to that awesome, like, once, you know, they're like, you stay home and rest, and he's like, I'll take an aspirin around noon. And once he's off the hook, that MTV logo hits, dude. And we were off to the freaking races. And I was just like, I remember these, we'll talk about this later on, but I remember these, like you said, Shadwick, when you watched this, was an actual, you were sick from school. Those are the best days, especially when you weren't really sick. And then, like, you just sleep in, you got the house to yourself, like, you know, it was, you could go through a whole bunch of tissue paper.
I was going to say, this cute Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Making yourself some stepbrother nachos, watching ESPN workout videos at 6 a.m. after everybody's left for the house.
Eating an absolute tub of, was it Golden Grams?
Yeah,
man.
Go through the entire box, like,
and
just because you can.
If you're from a working class family, I'm sure, like, all three of us, it's like your parents, like, there was no one to stay home with you, like, when you got a little bit older in high school or even middle school in some cases, depending on some parents. Like, awesome. they were gone, dude, and so you were home alone. Which, how often did you get any of those moments?
Did you ever, like, start trying to plan how you're going to stay out an additional day? Like, like halfway through this great day, you're like, I need to do this at least one more day. Like,
Yes, dude.
so that's where you eat all that cereal, but then you leave like the wrapper for like the saltine crackers out on the counter. Like,
So they
I had a few crackers.
had a few crackers and an entire tub of golden grams.
That nice tall frosted glass of OJ from the Golden Grams, man.
Why did that guy get canceled?
Dude, I don't know, man. Is it because he...
Anyway, so you get this whole montage of him, again, like we talked about earlier, breaking the fourth wall. He's setting you up on what's going on.
Incredible. One of the worst performances of my career, and they never doubted it for a second.
Dude, he's giving his philosophy on life, telling people to, like, stop and smell the roses. Like, this is a kid immediately that is, like, he's got it figured out. Like, for himself at the very least. Like, there's no conflict in him whatsoever. He's like, dude, I'm trying to live life to the fullest, and I'm not going to spend it, you know, taking economics tests on a beautiful day like today. He knows what he's doing.
I mean, we've been to work. You know, when you go to work sometimes in the morning, and you, like, look up, the sky's blue, and you're like, what am I doing here? I could be sitting at home inside while this beautiful sky and weather is going on.
Yeah.
Hey, Leaf, how long after this movie did Good Morning Miss Bliss come out? That was, that was the original title of Saved by the Bell.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Good Morning Miss Bliss was 1987. So we're talking like
a year.
Fucking a year.
year.
Somebody's like, we should take Ferris Bueller and put him in middle school.
Yep.
And show how he was all through school.
Yep. There you go.
Dude,
See, we're just solving everything today.
Good call. We're putting it all together.
Well, I'm just going on the assumption that fucking nothing is original in Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, 1918, breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah. Very, very safe assumption. And it's fun. It is fun because, being included, and I suppose it's something you have to use sparingly.
This is my 9th sick day this semester. It's getting pretty tough coming up with new illnesses.
He is, again, like giving you all these facts and things that how to live your life, setting up his Rube Goldberg contraption, which I do love. Like, I pick it up more now that we've watched a lot of these movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a Deadpool callback in Deadpool 1, and the Deadpool breaking the fourth wall is very much this.
Well, in the end credits of Deadpool,
that's what I mean.
He comes out in the towel. Yeah,
that's what I mean. So that shout out means a lot more to me now, going back and kind of watching structure and like just Ryan Reynolds' cadence and when he's breaking the fourth wall in Deadpool is a lot like this.
Good point, man. Good point.
He's gonna call his buddy after he gives you tips on how to skip school, yada yada, blah blah blah. He's in the shower. Matthew Broderick's belting out some pipes and things.
I recall Central Park in fall, how you tore your dress, what a mess.
He's got the chops, man. He shows them off a little bit, man.
Dude, he's a Broadway guy, man. Found out, I think, he came from Broadway, right?
Tony Award winner, Matthew Broderick had and often done a lot of work. He was actually he's also the voice actor for, was it the Lion in The Lion King? Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, so he had done, he's got a incredible strong voice. So he does give a little bit of he does sing a little bit, in the film, just a little bit.
When a professional gets his mitts on a song, that's when it really takes off.
Do you guys think this movie would have been as good or the same with John Cryer?
No, it would have not been as good.
You don't think so?
No, Matthew Broderick, I don't know. He's got this.
I think he's every bit as talented.
I mean, I'm not denying that. I just don't think that he'd fit in this as well as Matthew Broderick. John Cryer's a little more nerdy than Matthew Broderick.
That's what I was going to say. I think that, Matthew Broderick, I mean, obviously back then, they looked kind of similar, but, that's why I think that John Cryer was cast as Ducky in Pretty in Pink, because he has that, goofy, nerdy kind of I think it'd be hard to make him cool looking. And for some reason, Matthew Broderick had this natural swag.
They did it in Superman 4.
Where the hell is this, and how the hell do I get to Cedar City?
Meanwhile, obviously, we get like Chris said, Ferris is he's going throughout his day, in his morning. He's trying to get his friend to come over and hang out with him. We find more about that here in a minute. But meanwhile, it cuts to school, and we get the longest running boomer joke of all time. Your parents, if they're still with us, still do it to this very day. Shout out to Ferris's economics teacher, Ben Stein.
Bueller.
Calling his name out in the attendance list.
Bueller.
Side note, Leaf, you probably remember this. Remember Win Ben Stein's money on Comedy Central?
Yes, dude. I'm so glad you mentioned that because I was going to have to, and I don't have any facts about it.
I don't either, but I just remember watching it.
Bueller.
This was like his second movie role. And so Ben Stein, the script just calls for him doing the roll call. And he said, like, everybody's losing their shit when he's doing this roll call.
Yeah.
And so everybody's laughing. You know, John Hughes is laughing. And Hughes is like, dude, can you, like, improvise? Like, improvise and just start teaching the class. And he's like, okay. And he was like, well, what could I teach about? And he was like, I'll just talk about the Great Depression.
And wasn't this something that he had already like given a lecture on?
I think so. And so he had it loaded.
This was like a prepared lecture that he had given to like a big university.
Right.
I believe that he's an economist. He's an actor, obviously comedian, everything else too. But like he has degrees.
This was one take.
The Republican-controlled House of Representatives, in an effort to alleviate the effects of the anyone.
They got it, canned it, and he said that like he actually got like a standing ovation from like the people because it was just ad-libbed or whatever. I was like, dude,
and he says
it's so funny.
He says that was the best day of his life.
Yeah, I was like, God damn, peaked early. What about Win Ben Stein's money? You didn't like that?
Yeah, what the hell is wrong with you, dude? I used to be addicted to that show.
I don't know when he said that.
Dude, so he's calling out all the student roll calls, the names. He's teaching the class, and he calls out Cameron Fry's name, and we cut to Cameron Fry in his bed, and that's when we meet him, played by, of course, Alan Ruck. Ferris's best friend, a neurotic, depressed hypochondriac who was also on this day called in sick from school. Ferris, I believe, was counting on that because, as we know, he does not have a car. He complains about it in his beginning monologue, and he needs his best friend to come over with that sweet ride so that his master plan can be enacted. But what do y'all got on? What do y'all got on Cameron Fry?
Alan Ruck, I think he's great. I don't understand why he didn't have more roles. Like
me neither.
I mean, honestly, I think he had leading man charisma.
I think so too, especially in this too, because he walks through the entire gambit of emotion throughout this movie. Like I don't know, he does a good job on this.
Did you know? I don't know about the other. I know the chick that played Sloane. She was 18. I think Matthew Broderick was 23ish. Here,
yeah, he was a little older.
Alan Ruck was 29 when they filmed
that's
this.
what I read. I was like, wow, but he still had a baby face, and I mean,
he was young,
dude. I don't know. Like when they talked about casting other people in this role, I was like, no.
Oh yeah, Emilio Estevez was offered the role, and Alan Ruck said that every time he sees him, like from that point on, he always thanks him.
So this is I don't understand. How does Emilio Estevez play this character?
He doesn't. He's too good looking, and like in my opinion, like Alan Ruck, like you said, like Shadwick said, like he has I feel like leading man potential, but he also has the ability to play like this neurotic character, and then but he still has like an underlying charisma too. So like I agree with what you said. I feel like he's charismatic at times in the film, and he sort of treads the balance between those two. And
great comedic chops. He was on Spin City, and like he was the kind of poonhound on that show.
That does sound good.
And then of course,
like me too.
Leaf, you probably remember him from Young Guns 2.
You a farmer?
Yes, sir. My name's Henry William French.
Dude, just a quick backtrack. Of course, in the class where you find out that Ferris is sick is a 15-year-old. So easy, fellas. Christy Swanson.
My best friend's sister's boyfriend's brother's girlfriend heard from this guy who knows this kid is going with the girl who saw Ferris pass out at 31 Flavors last night. I guess it's pretty serious.
Oh, that's right.
So the background on that is she was supposed to be the girl on the payphone. There was a scheduling conflict where John Hughes just had to get that payphone scene where Ferris calls, which we'll get to in a second. So he wrote this in there for a young Christy Swanson.
Right.
To get her in there.
who starts out basically a running gag throughout the film, and I'm glad we backtracked slightly because right in Ben Stein's class, we start this gag about him being sick, but he has this immense swell of like public support, and it starts out at school, right? It's like Christy Swanson's character, if this is the one you're talking about, right? It's like explains why he's absent from class.
Bueller.
And so this is where we meet Alan Ruck's character, Cameron Fry, right now. And again, he's laying in his bed. He's pretty much he hates his life. You could tell he's just like in this depressive swing. And that's when he's just like, Ferris is like, get out of bed and come over. And I feel like, I don't know, you guys growing up, I had friends like that were just, man, you almost had to like drag them out like a lot of times to get them to do anything. And they were good people.
I got friends like that now.
And so Cameron resists. Ferris insists he needs a day off to enjoy life.
I feel like complete shit, Ferris. I can't go anywhere.
You find out early on who's in control of this relationship.
When Cameron was in Egypt's land, let my Cameron go.
It's a good scene, and already Cameron's likable, but again, he's just sort of this like depressive, neurotic like guy who just he hates his life, and we don't really understand why, but we learn fairly soon. But back at school, meanwhile, Principal Ed Rooney, played by Jeffrey Jones.
Dude, that actually leaves me with shit stuck in my head this week. Just look. Shout out our Beetlejuice episodes way back in the day.
We cover. Yeah, that's an old one. You guys have to dig deep for that one, guys.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was going over his bio here. It's nothing too bad.
Yeah.
He was played fiddle in a band called 12 and Under.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I misread that completely. There's a picture here. It doesn't show the rest of the band though.
Yeah,
it's more like a mug shot. Anyway,
you know what? This guy's a real jerk.
When Principal Ed Rooney, he calls Ferris's mother to inform him that he's threatening to hold Ferris back because of his absentee record from school. She, of course, insists that Ferris is indeed sick and disputes the fact that he's been absent from school 9 times.
9 times?
9 times.
No, hold on, 7 times.
That's the magic number.
Yeah, as Ferris, who owns the computer, begins to delete the absentee record in real time, which is impressive, undoubtedly, because the internet at this point in time was definitely not widespread. And
so you guys know the movie he was in before this, War Games.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where he was a computer hacker, right?
Oh, nice. Good little connection there. I think also back then we didn't have a firm grasp on what computer hacking was.
Dude, computers are so mysterious. Anyone who had any mastery over them seemed like they were God. Like they could do anything.
Now we're just like slowly like slipping into the age, like me and Shadow talked about earlier before we went on air, of scam calls and scam emails, just trying not to give up our savings to a scam. I mean, knowing one day we're going to get got. It's just like, how long can I go? Like,
it's going to happen, dude. He's a fucking Nigerian prince, guys. He loves me. Yeah. He's in love with me.
You've got savings?
Yeah. That's not a lot, but it's there. It's like five or six straw pennies.
A whole straw penny?
But Ed, despite this, it's clearly that Ferris is getting the best of old Ed, Mr. Rooney, who was talking to his secretary, Grace, played by, shout out Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, young, delicious Eddie McClurg, baby.
Dude, this is Edie, right? This is the role that got her the Planes, Trains gig.
Really?
Yeah, so
she's so good.
So
dude.
she went into this, and I guess like what she ad-libbed was she really Chicago'd up the accent, and she added the
"They think he's a righteous dude."
And and I guess that really cracked him up. She ad-libbed that. I guess she was, from hearing her talk, like, and shout out, by the way, we were able to find a documentary that was on one of the DVDs. So we were able to watch one of those, which is nice. Apparently, like, she must have come from theater or something, because she was talking about a lot of improv techniques and things like that. And I was like, damn, like, she's awesome. And also,
You're fast.
She also, it was her idea for that, like, the bouffant hair.
Yeah.
So she came in for, like, the first day of filming, and John Hughes hadn't even seen it, and he's like, I like it. He's like, how many pencils do you think you can fit in that? And she's like, well, let's see. Yeah. And I think she got 3, couldn't get the 4th one in. She's like, 3? And he goes, all right, we'll start there.
And that's where you see her, like, pulling them out at one point, like, so she's awesome. And right before this too was the payphone thing that I was talking about earlier. But, like, I love that Ferris can't just leave well enough alone. He can't just be like, I'm sick, I'm waiting for my boy Cameron to come over. He's got to just put his hands in all kinds of shit. He's hacking into the school system. He's calling the payphone to be like, yeah, I'm dying, playing on this keyboard. Which, by the way, I found out that keyboard is like, I think it was $8,000 to $10,000 at that time.
Dude, those synthesizers were like so expensive,
stupid expensive, which would have been like, I don't know, $100,000 today or some shit like that. But like,
it's like E-Bomb's World today.
Yeah,
it's E-Bomb's World 20 years ago. God damn it!
Shadow just realized how old we are. But I just
realized that most people were not going to even know what E-Bomb's World is.
Yeah, but he can't leave well enough alone. He's got to just keep poking the bear. Like, the guy's like, one of the kids is trying to get him out of Saturday school or some shit.
Yeah, he's getting me out of summer school.
And then when the guy's like, I gotta go, he's like, pass the phone to somebody else. Like, he's got to just keep talking to people and spreading this lore of how sick he is throughout the school.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome.
We get it. You're absolutely right.
It's a pyramid scheme. Like,
yeah, it is, man.
He tells 4 different people something different. They go tell 4 more people something different, and so on and so forth.
And he's on the downstream line of all of them.
He's a millionaire. Why doesn't it work like that for subscribers?
Yeah, no. All our subscribers, get somebody on your downline. Or
Ferris Bueller sponsor the damn podcast. Dude.
Your job tonight is to spread the word to 4 people.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you got to do. It'll practically pay for itself. So,
but y'all are right. We get this montage of scenes where Ferris's like popularity in school's just increasing, man. Like, it's there. He's calling people on the school payphone, just spreading the lore, and everybody seems to love him. Absolutely everyone, except of course his sister Jeanie, who hears that from one of her friends who's asking how if he's okay.
Hi, Jeanie. Shut up.
And she obviously becomes enraged, calling him a little trouser snake, which made me laugh.
Yeah, she just has this scowl on her face, too, anytime someone brings up Ferris. Yeah. Which I do like the full circle kind of moment of her character later on. But, like, early on, man, she's got that resting bitch face down.
She's a hater.
Science.
Yes.
It's great.
Yeah.
I was telling Chris off air earlier, like, she at this point, she wasn't as pretty, but I thought, like, she really reminded me of the niece on Uncle Buck. The way she was just fucking like mad at the world, basically.
Yeah,
she was deadpanned and shit. Like, not a lot of emotion.
Was she one of the progenitors to like the little angsty emo girl like me
on Deadpool?
Yeah,
yeah.
It's over. Go home.
And so she's consistently getting angrier that like Ferris is getting away with what she considers murder. He's having a good time, she assumes.
And she has to be stuck at school. She's not even supposed to be here today, you know?
Yeah, exactly,
and
man.
Ed Rooney, Ed Rooney in the midst of all this is finally like, Ferris, I hate him. He's got this like vendetta against him because he's seen the computer hack happening in front of him.
Yeah.
He knows that even though his mom, he calls his mom to be like, hey, he's not here. What's going on? Even though she confirms he's sick, he doesn't believe it.
I don't trust this kid any further than I can throw him.
He establishes Ferris as his arch nemesis just because.
Which is so funny because I definitely feel this when I was in high school.
But back in yet another boring class, Ferris Bueller's girlfriend, Sloane Peterson, played by Mia Sara, gets some terrible news from the school nurse, gentlemen. It turns out her grandmother has passed away.
Yeah, and she must have known it was coming because she was already putting on her coat and grabbing the books.
I love that shit. Like this is already planned out. So she's already like, she sees the nurse walk in. She's like, oh, like putting her shit on, getting her books ready.
Yeah,
and then she's like, Sloane. She's like, yes. Like already like putting it on, like
act it out, dude. Exactly.
And school nurse like tells her the news in the hall, and she has to like fake that.
Yeah, she's like consoling her or whatever. It's dude.
But the whole time Rooney's not buying it, man. He knows that this is Ferris's girlfriend, and obviously believing this is yet another one of his schemes, he demands Sloane's father's phone number because he's gonna call him. He's like, I'm gonna call this guy and figure out exactly like what's going on, if this is true or not.
And then before he can call,
Ed Rooney.
Ed, this is George
Peterson, answer the goddamn phone.
And Chris, do you have who the voice was modeled after?
I have no idea.
I wish I had written it down.
Pick up now, god damn it.
It's Hank Hill?
Yeah, just slipping into Hank Hill.
So Rooney immediately hears Sloane's father's voice and believes that it's Ferris Bueller and just starts talking shit.
Dude,
like,
he'll let her out if he provides him a corpse.
Yeah, or just roll her own bones down here. And I'll let your daughter out.
Say you want to see a body?
Yeah, dude. That shit's so freaking funny. And then Ferris with 2 lines in his house. Shout out when that was a thing.
Shout out. You knew he had money then. That's when I knew he was rich.
Yeah, same here, especially in the 80s. So that he calls from the different line like, hey.
I'm sorry to disturb you at work, but I'm not feeling very well today. And I was wondering if it might be possible for my sister to bring home any assignments for my classes that I might need.
Rooney realizes.
Dude, and that shit, like when they're going back and forth and his secretary's getting in his way and
all that was Edie also.
Yeah, all that was Edie. She ad-libbed that.
Yeah, to your point earlier where she talked about a lot of like improv like motion.
It was help hinder, I think is what that technique's called. And so they're
awesome.
going back and forth. My favorite part about this is when she's on the phone and she's pretending to be him and she's like, oh.
She's like trying to clear.
And it's real genuine too. Like right after that, she's like waving him back over there. Like back over here.
Dude, Edie, why didn't she get some main roles, dude? She's so
good, dude.
Good,
she really was.
Dude.
And I think that she's the one that actually runs that school too. I think I think that Rooney's kind of a pawn. Like she knows how to manipulate him.
I think so.
Like you can see it where like he's getting like revved up later, and she tells him that he sounds like Dirty Harry or whatever.
Dirty Harry, he's all about
just
it,
like to calm him down.
On second thought, we don't have time to talk right now. We'll get together soon and we'll have lunch. Ow.
They're gonna come down to pick up Cameron. Her dad is. Or to pick up Sloane, and so now you've got this whole scenario back and forth between Ferris and Cameron, where Ferris is like, I mean, I guess we got to go get her now, but we got to change the plan because of what you did, which is basically what he told him to do anyway. Yeah. And so now you have to enter in the car that is in this, and I do believe that it is a 1961 Ferrari 250 GT California is what they say in the movie. Shout out my homeboy John T, who actually got me a whole list of what every car is in this movie, so I can put them in here. But thanks, man, so that car is, they talk about how rare it is in the movie. Mm-hmm. At the time of filming this movie, I think that car was worth like over $300 or $1,000 or something like that. To have the car on set for insurance to sit in a garage would have like blown their budget the fuck up.
Yeah.
So they made 3 cars with fiberglass bodies that look like this. So none of the cars in this are the real deal or whatever.
The real thing.
But they did shoot the interior scenes in a real Ferrari because they couldn't replicate the interior.
Less than 100 were made. My father spent 3 years restoring this car.
Yeah, I Googled it because I didn't know either. I don't know shit about cars either. And it looks like I Googled it. The car looks like identical to the one in the film, which is always like.
Well, they just did this fiberglass body. And so they made one that was souped up for the stunt scenes. Then they had 2 more.
Yeah, I mean, people do that with like those like Shelby Cobras.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Like you buy a Cobra kit and you just put it on, I don't know, fucking Mazda or something.
Yeah, and I guess it was like a Ford engine or something that was in there or something yeah.
It's just amazing that shit is like so much cheaper than having the real thing.
I know 3 of them, but I think it was the insurance that got them because it was so rare. Like I guess that car or whatever. But
how much is that car worth now?
Oh, probably millions. I mean, if not more. And it's just
does it being featured in a movie like this increase the value?
Yeah, 100%.
It would have to, sure.
Especially with a car that rare.
Like Gone in 60 Seconds, the Eleanor car, did the value go up after that movie?
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, with this too. Go ahead, Leif. What do you got?
Current prices on market range for this car range from $7 million to $25 million.
The fucking fuck!
Yeah,
So they're all in Dubai.
Yeah. Or Pakistan.
They're like those, shout out. They're like those Huawei cars that all just went to one place.
Yeah,
that's basically it, man. And I mean, it's just funny now, like when you start to peel back the layers, a la our Shrek episode, of Hollywood and how it's way cheaper to build a car from scratch with this specific body kit or whatever. But I mean, it's fiberglass; it didn't cost very much, you know. Buff it, make it shiny. You can shoot it and go,
you
man.
You can just make your own car like easier than get the real thing. That's just crazy to me. But either way, Ferris decides that he's going to need to borrow this car to fool Rooney when he goes to pick up his girlfriend, Sloane. Cameron, of course, is terrified.
Yeah, because Rooney's not going to believe that Sloane's dad drives that piece of shit.
Right.
Yeah, Cameron's car is a piece of junk, of course.
Then Cameron gets offended, and he's like,
piece of shit.
It is a piece of shit. Don't worry about it. I don't even have a piece of shit. I have to envy yours.
But Kara's obviously absolutely terrified, and this is where we get like the first scene where we start to realize like Cameron's mental issues like the majority of them come from his father, right? Like he kind of tells Ferris, listen, you know how crazy my dad is. Like
his
he's obsessed
father
with his
was
car.
a drinker
and a fiend.
And Ferris, of course, doesn't give a shit, doesn't listen. It takes the car anyways.
He's trying to get some fucking wool on his day off.
Some good-looking wool.
Yeah, that's what Ferris wants to do, man. He's trying to get some wool in a $7 to $20 million car.
So I have a theory on this also. Even though Ferris is like popular at school, everybody knows him, and everybody's like spreading the rumors about him and everything, raising money, all this shit. I think Cameron is his only real friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, you kind of saw that. We've touched on a lot of these high school, coming of age movies. You get that a lot, where it's like there's really only one or two like people that are your real friend. I mean, and to be honest, a lot of times it's a life lesson. Like all these, especially when you have nice things, or maybe you have a nice car, or maybe you have. Some video game system or money. People are hanging on because of what you have and not for who you are.
I'm glad you
size 14 ding dong.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
Not us, right, buddy?
Not us. I'm glad Chris mentioned that because like it does really seem like at this point in time through my like older eyes watching through this that like Ferris Bueller's really just taking advantage of Cameron, like in a lot of different ways. Like they're like obviously he calls him because he needs a car. And then, like, now he's, like, manipulated him into taking his dad's rare car, knowing that if shit goes sideways, like, his ass isn't on the line for it. Cameron's is. Yeah. Like, he knows Cameron has a lot of, like, personal distress about his relationship with his father, but he doesn't care. He's just like, dude, we're going to take this car, which they do.
But he also knows that if things really go sideways, he'll just wake up and do things different the next day.
But the only real hitch is that there was already a U in each probable dimension, so we had to solve for that.
That's true. But also, shout out, because I do believe this upcoming scene is where you see Mr. Cameron in a Gordie Howe jersey, which we've heard Norm Macdonald say, "Sweet Gordie Howe" on a Norm Sports show. But Gordie Howe, Hall of Fame legend. He had his own hat trick named after him in the
Philadelphia Flyers. Is that
the Detroit Red Wings?
Jersey? Detroit Red Wings.
But so he had his own hat trick which was you score a goal, you assist on a goal, and you get into a fight. That was the Gordie Howe hat trick in hockey. So yeah,
a classic, dude. We don't see that in this film, I don't believe. But
no,
damn, what a shame.
had to shout out the jersey. So
well done. And so dressed as Sloane's father, Ferris Bueller goes to like pick up his girlfriend and mission.
I said, bring her now, God damn it!
mission success. Yeah, that was good. That's good. Mr. Rooney, a nervous Mr. Rooney takes Sloane out to meet her quote unquote father.
Dude, this back and forth too, where he's like, I had a grandmother once, and
he's trying to console her.
He's trying to like relate as much as he can in like the 5 minutes that he has to cover his ass.
It's so awful, dude. When he delivers, she runs down to meet her father. He stays on the steps like above. He doesn't go with her. And obviously, if he did, the whole jig is up. But of course, everything works out for Ferris because this is the 1,000th time he's done this. All
dude, I love this shit too. And he's like, "Do you have a kiss for Daddy?"
Slow kisses.
So that's what it's like in that family.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. And of course, they're underage. So obviously, Mr. Rooney has a gigantic erection.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was going to say, if Ferris and Cameron had known at the time, they never would have had her alone with that dude.
No, I mean, dude, hindsight's 20/20, my friend. But
it's going to be good, dude.
I like that when she jumps in the car, too, you just hear her go, "Hi, Cameron." Like knowing that he's like hidden back behind that shit or whatever, like in the car. He's like crammed in there. It's just
it's like damn near it's not, but it's damn near like a 2-seat convertible. There's a tiny space in the back.
Yeah. And Cameron's huge compared to them. They're like tiny. Let's talk about Sloane for a second though, by the way. Like she does a great job in this. Also, I think she was just freshly out of high school, so it's okay for me to say she had I don't know, there was a hotness or sexiness about her demeanor in this. Like,
man.
I was
down
shocked.
to earth.
I was shocked that she was the youngest of the three in real life.
Yeah, me
because
too.
She seemed more mature than them.
Well, it's because women mature faster, Shelly.
Well, I hope you're still committed because I'm pregnant.
They do, Shedwick. Did you know that? Like they're just naturally more advanced than men, and so she does. I agree with you.
God damn it!
She does look. She does seem like her demeanor and her look seems older than the two boys, which is weird because Cameron's like fucking 30.
Dare I say sultry?
There you go. I like it. Anyway, I just like the chill, down to earth, mellow vibe of her in this movie. She's
like a bride.
Yeah, yeah, she's a broad. We're taking it back. It's okay.
Definitely some good-looking wool. Principal Rooney, however, despite all of this, is just undeterred. He just knows this is a Ferris conspiracy. He's made him his mortal enemy, and he's just determined this entire day to end Ferris's reign. So he starts like making phone calls, and we get this long montage of scenes. Like I guess like Ferris has rewired like phone numbers to go to various answering machines.
Or he's just plugged in answering machines to the phone numbers on file. Like,
No. It's like Rooney calls his house, and he's made a voicemail recording saying, if you really need to reach us, we'll be at this number. And when you call that number, it calls.
That's how we do it.
It's either Cameron's house or Sloane's house.
I missed it.
And,
but it's
and
the
that
dad's
answer
voice.
And that answer machine is saying it's the funeral home, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Leave a message, God damn it! That's what it's saying.
and so absolutely, like Principal Rudy's just like determined to debunk this, and no matter who he calls, it's just airtight. The conspiracy's airtight. Like Ferris has thought of everything.
It's about time for him to take it to the streets.
Wings, yeah. Now take him down to the streets. Ha-ha, yeah.
But before that, you do finally get the sense made of the Rube Goldberg that has to be in every 80s movie that we cover. Because Ferris's mom goes home. She's going to go check on her baby. And she opens the door. There's a weighted trophy that hits play on the fucking stereo. The body moves. The mannequin moves. Like,
Yeah.
and I love that she's all worried, and then you see her face she's like, oh.
9.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, my
just
little
love it.
angel. You know,
She
and then
loves him
she
so
one more
much.
time she opens it to give it a second peek. It does the same thing again. She's like, what am I even thinking? My Ferris is such an angel. And then, you know, she's off. She's gone. And we find out that Cameron thought, I guess, that they were just going to go right back to Cameron's house. But Ferris, he had some different plans.
Exactly. He looks at the camera and he tells the audience, "Well, what would you do if you had access to a car like this?" It's like, you know what you would do? You would literally take it back to Cameron's house because it's worth a shit ton of money. No, you're in high school.
You're in high
You're going to
school.
Joyride. So they drive.
What would you do now? I mean, right now, I'd be like, Shaddy, I think we have your daddy's expensive car. We should go for a ride. Chadwick's like, as long as I get some wool.
Yeah.
No,
hey, I used to get wool in this car.
Yeah.
It's not what they do. They drive down to downtown Chicago in this rare ass Ferrari, much to Cameron's chagrin.
And
sadly,
John Hughes freaking loves Chicago, and just all these shots of the city. I just kind of take that as like a love letter from John Hughes, like this whole montage of all the buildings and everything.
Yeah, he goes to the.
Y'all ever been to Chicago? Chicago?
I have not. I've not been to Chicago.
It's a cool place, man.
You'll find Harvey dead there.
Like we went to see Letterkenny out there, and it was awesome. It's a cool city. We got to go to Wrigley Field and everything, but we did my wife's a nerd.
Tell you what to do. Take it to the zoo.
So we did one of those tours where they tell you about the buildings, but you're on like the little river that goes through there or whatever. And so they talk about like all the architecture and stuff. But I'm actually glad we did it. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But also I was like, do you guys serve beer? And they're like, sir, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, do you guys serve beer?
Like, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Here, you need to catch up.
Yeah, yeah, Chicago. They're like, here, you need to catch up. And they're like, is this just to stave off the shakes? And I was like, yes, sir.
He's like, I understand.
I understand. But
then you'll want this and this.
But this is a cool shot. Again, I think it's kind of just a little love letter to Chicago from John Hughes.
Yeah, they're on top of like big scenic buildings, looking down, and sort of having these like youthful philosophical conversations that you do, which are poignant when you're young, right? You're wondering where you're going to end up, what you're going to do after high school. They're having like the trio are having like all these conversations. They visit the stock market.
It's a stock exchange. There's no money you can steal.
Really? And why are you people here?
Which I didn't realize you could just go and like
just hang out there.
Hang out there.
And this is back in the day before it's like all digital like it is now. Like this is your hand in. I still don't understand how the fuck that worked back then. But like
you just scream and you hold letters. Like that's all I realized.
But I mean, like before
pick up the cocksucking phone.
They before they have to park the car before they do all that, and that's when you get the sleazy parking attendant.
You speak English?
What country do you think this is?
This is, dude. And he has one of those like long noses that just makes you look more untrustworthy. Sorry, guys with long noses. It's just like this dude looks like a sleaze.
Did you see like when he takes off when they're like walking to go do their shit in the city, and he takes off and that dude almost falls out of the back of the fucking car that jumps in or whatever?
Yes,
I was
dude.
like, God.
Yeah. They steal. Yeah, these park attendants steal the car going at Joyride, which is hilarious because throughout the film you just get this montage of them like
just cutting back to him. Yeah,
in slow motion. They're ramping the car up and like just like
that dude had like an interview on that DVD thing that he was talking about John Hughes like pitching him the idea and everything. It's just crazy to me that like John Hughes sat down with, I guess is what you have to do, but like sits down with these. This is such a throwaway, doesn't really matter part of this story. I mean, I guess it's the mileage gets ticked up, but the mileage would get ticked up anyway if you went downtown Chicago, right? So like it's not really that important, but Hughes like took an entire day or whatever to sit down with this dude, explain what he wanted, if he wanted this part or whatever. It's just, I don't know. John Hughes, man, a real one.
The guy's funny, man. The actor's name is Richard Edson, and like such a cool, like funny actor. He plays such a good part in this film, and him and his cohort take this rare car.
There was a rumor several years back that they were going to do a sequel to this movie, and it would have been the day that those guys had in the car while they were
Oh,
gone.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I would have. I cannot believe they didn't make a sequel to this movie.
Yeah,
I don't know
same
about
here.
that.
I mean, but
Yeah.
did John Hughes ever? Was there a sequel to any of his movies? I guess other than
Home Alone,
because he worked at National Lampoon, so I know that he wrote the first the Vacation, the original Vacation.
Yeah.
Original, yeah.
But I don't know, man.
Which I know. I know Christmas Vacation is probably everyone's all-time favorite.
Yeah.
But the original Vacation is right up there.
Oh yeah, it's so
like
good.
like top of my list for comedies.
Oh, especially like just the writing and everything in that Chevy Chase, man.
Evidently,
I think you're all fucked in the head.
Evidently, John Hughes, I just looked it up. John Hughes famously disliked making sequels and avoided them for most of his teen-centric films.
I mean, it's true. When the studio gets hold of it, like Home Alone, now there's a difference between $5 million budget, you made 70, and Home Alone, I think that we covered was like 300 and something million. Like, you're gonna be on the hook for a sequel.
So the sequel I was talking about probably would not have involved him at all because it was like within the past 5 years.
Oh yeah, he's
so you would have
passed
had
away.
recasts. You would have had whatever.
You're 100% right. Like the Home Alone was his only one. But I mean, anytime executives get involved and they're like, dude, we made money. Well, we could make more
300
money.
and something million, and the sequel hit too. So
I mean, also, did you just say that he died?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's died.
I did not know that.
Did not know that. It is weird, wild stuff. Died in 2009.
Crazy stuff.
But during this montage of the travel trio sort of going around Chicago, Ferris just like impromptu asks Sloane to marry him. And they have this like conversation about like marriage in general. 'Cause she rejects him. She's just like, I'm not going to marry you. Like, Ferris is crazy, dude.
But you know what? I think he asked her knowing that she was going to say no.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
he lists off the reasons why she should say no. Like right after it, he's just like,
Cameron agrees too because he's like, dude, you just take my parents like as an example, which I think is poignant because young people
that was
watching
a good
this
segue to that.
I think that was just to prompt that conversation.
And it was, and man, does that hit home? Like, because that's like, it's kind of a like Debbie Downer. You're like, oh, Ferris just proposed to her, and they're kind of going. She's like, are you serious? And they're going back and forth, and then Cameron brings it back down to earth, and he's like,
I'll give you two good reasons why not. My mother and my father.
You're like, God damn, dude. Have some weed.
But you know what? He was absolutely right to use that because if they were at all serious about doing that, you're talking about 17, 18-year-old kids. Like, they need somebody to be like, no, this could happen.
No, you should
very easily. You need to fucking call your jets.
18-year-old kids should not be getting married for the most part. What they should be doing is piling up crippling debt, selecting a career for the rest of their life in our college system because it's a scam.
Exactly.
That's what we should do. We should be like, hey, here's $100,000 debt to start off your journey. Enjoy it.
But make sure you're well-rounded by paying for a lot of classes that don't pertain to your major at all.
Yes, please do that first. And we won't stop you because you're an adult. You're 18. I mean, you can't buy booze yet, but you can get crippling debt to keep our economy going. Yeah.
You can you can take out loans that you'll never be able to pay off, or you can go fight and die for your country.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way,
that's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
These are unerasable. These are unerasable debts, by the way.
Yes, exactly.
You can't
declare bankruptcy like Michael Scott.
I declare
bankruptcy.
Nope. They stick with you forever. So
forever.
Yeah.
But
again, they shouldn't get married. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's definitely
America had a dream, and that was crippling debt via shitty college funds.
Now, with all that said, Chris, you talked about going on vacation with your wife. Leaf, I know you guys have like a dedicated time every week that you have date night.
Yes.
And I just want to have a serious moment for a second. My wife's out of town working right now. I just want to say I love you, honey, and thank you for agreeing to be the luckiest woman in the world.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. Waiting for the foot to drop on that.
I started smirking in the middle, and I was like, dude, I'm going to look like such a fucking dickhead if you're actually sweet this one fucking time. Thank you, Shabbat, for not humiliating me on the podcast.
But yeah, man, we're all very lucky. And we don't have crippling college debt. So
yes, but none of us. I mean, again, you know, like
smart.
No, we don't have crippling college debt because we have shitty jobs. we took the trade off. We're like, we'll just have shitty underpaid jobs for the rest of our lives.
Right, you know what?
All this is going to end up on Patreon.
I know he's a little rough around the edges, but let me work.
He's a monkey.
Ferris, throughout his adventures, this is when he's gonna go grab a bite to eat, right?
They're hungry, bro. They can't go to the main city and not have lunch.
Have a nosh.
Too bad he wasn't in his truck, since he's the sausage king of Chicago.
I know,
right?
Yeah.
So what is the name of this restaurant? Is it Shea Keys? Kiss?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't even know how you say it. Yeah, Shea QIS. They try to go to this fancy like highfalutin restaurant, like this fancy, and they meet this like what is he like?
He's like
Maitre d'.
Yeah,
and Maitre d'.
So this guy is like he was a stand-up comedian, and that's how they found him. He was in like a comedy troupe.
Dude, he's so freaking funny.
And he played this amazing, like this uppity, like to the point, like I thought this was this dude. When I saw him out of character in his interview, I was like, oh, like you're just a really good character actor. I really hated you for no reason. I thought terrible thoughts about beating you and things. Like,
dude,
I'm a monster.
I'm a monster.
He's the maitre d'. The actor's name is Jonathan Schmock, and he plays this snooty.
Snooty? Snotty. Snotty.
Yeah.
Yes,
Snotty.
yeah, snotty. And he's such a dickhead, and he's so funny. But he basically tells Ferris to get fucked, like him and his friends. And Ferris,
but you know what? It's Iceman all over again, because he was right.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
He should have treated those asshole teenagers like that.
Mm-hmm. And he recognized them for what they were. They were young teenagers. He clearly knew they didn't belong there. They're not dressed for it. You know, this is a very expensive restaurant. But like y'all said, Ferris impersonates. Like Ferris looks on like the list of like guests that have reservations, and he sees a guy named Abe Froman, who is the sausage king of Chicago. I don't understand.
And he was like, "You're Abe Froman, the sausage king of Chicago," and he was like, "Yep." And so they have this. He was like, "Well, I'm going to call the police," and they have this back and forth. And then even like Cameron and Sloane are like, "Dude, let's just go." And he's just like, "I'm not." He's like, he doesn't need to be taught a lesson, not from you. And he,
not like that,
not from you. And so he's not. He's on a principality at this point. He's like, I'm going to eat here, and we're gonna make this work.
That's when he breaks the fourth wall, right? He's like,
A, you can never go too far. B, if I'm gonna get busted, it is not gonna be by a guy like that.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, nope, not this guy. And so they do the phone gag again, and you know, he's like, I'll call the police, like, you know, and then so he's
and you know what? Any other time, I would say, well, this is lazy writing, because they're using the same phone gag again, but it works.
Yeah,
it's different circumstances, you know, a different setup, and it's like fucking like on the fly. And
man,
and he's involved, and he's involving other people now, like.
Love it.
It works.
Yeah, it works. It works great. So they, you know, long story short, they get the table.
Yeah, they scam their way in.
He's kind of a real big dick to this guy afterwards too.
I know the guy's like, you know, I hope you understand, blah blah, and he's like,
it's understanding that makes it possible for people like us to tolerate a person like yourself.
God damn, Ferris.
Yeah.
And like Shavik said, this guy's in the right, but he takes the L because it's Ferris Bueller. Everything works out for Ferris. And
except for you find out who else is at the restaurant while he's in the bathroom.
It turns out Ferris's dad, of all places, has had a business luncheon with his buddies there, and so they run into them, and it happens during a monologue with Ferris talking to the audience, yet again breaking the fourth wall, talking about Cameron. Again, we have this moment where like Ferris just like, you know, Cameron has been basically oppressed by his father and has had, but he says that like he's seen him enjoying himself throughout this entire day. Like he's sort of pulling him out, like kind of breaking him from the mold because he's worried about him, man.
I like how, as he's describing him, the camera keeps cutting back to Cameron, and he's doing all these little idiosyncrasies, these little moving his mouth a funny way, he's scratching his head a funny way, or whatever. Like you can tell he's just like a goddamn nervous wreck.
Yeah.
Which
actually is what it says on his car. That license tag on the car says nervous.
Nervous.
Oh, you know, yeah.
No,
yes, it does.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a shout out to
it
Cameron.
is to Cameron. Because I got some other license tags we'll get at the end of the movie. But
good deal. And so like this is one of the only times that like, you know, there's one other time in the film where Ferris kind of shows, you know, love to Cameron. He's like that he actually does like care about him, and he's not just like using him. He's like, dude, he really wants Cameron to have like a good day and have fun. And after the monologue, the toilet flushes as Ferris leaves the bathroom, and his dad comes out of the stall. Like Ferris's dad is there, and so now he has to find a way to try to escape. And there's this very quick scene where they steal like Ferris's dad's cab, and he doesn't notice them.
So,
like,
can I just mention one thing real quick?
Yeah.
Back in the bathroom, have you guys ever been in a bathroom where there's an attendant?
Yes, but it was in Las Vegas, and I was very much out of place.
Yeah, I don't get it. I think I just want to like talk to the dude and like be as nice as I can and not make him do anything, obviously.
It's weird, man.
And I definitely wouldn't want to shit in there with him.
No, I mean, unless he's cheering me on.
That's right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss. Hey, just grab a hold of something, bite your lip, and give it hell. Come on. We're going to get through this.
In this scene, too, one of the things after the 4 millionth time I watch it, I think this is another part of the movie that defines when Ferris is talking to you, it is not happening in his world. Yeah. So when he's breaking the fourth wall or whatever and talking to us, his dad is not hearing any of that, of course, or he would be like, son, like, what? Hold on, let me wipe my ass and come out there. What are you doing here? So, like,
it's sort of out of time and space from the film.
I think that this is the first moment where I realized, like, oh, and it happens later on, like, you know, when he's talking about Sloane and things like that, like, where you're like, oh, so when he does that, it's kind of out of scope of what reality is.
Well, there's a scene where he's talking to the camera, and Cameron says something to him, and he breaks the conversation with the camera, answers Cameron, and then goes back to the audience.
He goes back,
and Cameron is not taking part in the conversation with the audience,
and they don't. The actors don't act as if they're aware that conversation is happening to us.
Yeah, it's almost like it really is. And for those of you who do like the theater and Broadway, this will happen sometimes when a character will sort of step out of the scene, like literally and figuratively. They will step out and then have a conversation with the audience. So this is very much like a theater, Broadway kind of thing.
Shakespeare in the Park. Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?
And it really works. Like, it really works. And it happens actually right before they steal Ferris's dad's cab. Yeah. Like, Ferris's dad is standing right in front of them because they're on this like balcony. They're behind him, and you could kind of see Karen and Sloane being like, they're really nervous, and they're like, what are we gonna do? And they're kind of sitting there looking at each other, and Ferris is talking to us, and he's just like, dude, like, I'm not gonna get caught here. Like, I'm gonna figure a way out of this. This is gonna work out. It'll be fine. And you're kind of waiting. And so they goofily sort of sneak past, steal his cab. Another cab pulls up, and Ferris' dad never notices.
He's none the wiser.
Yeah,
he's none the wiser.
It's because Ferris has done this 1,000 times before.
That's right, you little bitch. It's the prestige.
It's exactly. That's my favorite. It's the only way to explain how he's able to get away with this, dude.
I mean, if you think about it, Ferris is a sociopath.
Yeah, 100%.
I think so.
And until you have the scare with Cameron later on, like he shows no compassion relativity to anybody.
Yeah.
It's all of it, just very much about him.
Yeah, it is. You're absolutely
He's Dennis
right.
from Always Sunny.
But back at school.
Oh, another app. Okay.
But back at school, Rooney goes on a quest, dude. He's had enough, man. He's going on the street. He's
Wings, yeah. Lord, take him down to the streets. Ha yeah.
take it to the streets,
Dude.
like Chris said. And
does he go to the arcade and he thinks that it's this pizza place, but it's an arcade, and he thinks that he's got Ferris dead to rights, and boy, did this one not age well.
Yeah.
Your ass is mine.
This oddly enough, this is not the part of this scene that in this whole thing that drives me wild. The thing that drives me wild is when he comes back out and it cuts to Ferris and them at a Chicago Cubs game. Shout out Harry Carey doing the call, by the way.
I didn't notice it was him.
I missed that too.
Yeah, I can't believe I missed it.
Harry Carey's doing the call, and
did he do the could be? It might be.
No, he was talking about somebody not running it out, or that he didn't make an effort at the ball. And it's the foul ball that Ferris catches. But when Rooney goes, "What's the score?" and the guy's like 0-0, and he's like, Rooney goes, "Who's winning?" And this is nails on a chalkboard to me. Anybody that if I'm watching sports and then someone's trying to pretend like they like sports, like we're at a party or we're out somewhere, and he's just like the Bears. Yeah.
Because that's the football team. It's not even the baseball team.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, God damn it, I relate to that so much. And it's fucking nails on a chalkboard to me.
But on the television set, you see Ferris and the Travel Trio at the baseball game, while Rooney is searching for him. So it's and also there's on the big sign outside it says "Save Ferris,"
which there's a band called Saving Ferris, a ska band.
There is a ska band. I knew you were going to mention that,
Chris. A very
long
time, but yeah,
a very, very long time. Yeah, that sort of used this movie as their moniker.
I mean, this is kind of iconic too. Is when they're doing the chatter or whatever. But swing bada,
swing hey bada.
I thought forever he was saying Kennedy, but he's saying he can't hit it.
Hey, swing bada, Kennedy, swing bada.
Is what he's saying.
I thought he was saying
again.
Kennedy too.
Yeah,
I thought he was saying
he can't hit it. He can't hit it. He can't hit it.
I was like, what did he know about the JFK assassination? That's what I was like.
I was like, what are you hiding in your films, Mr. Hughes?
Apparently that was something that what's his name, Alan Ruck.
Yeah,
that was something that he said when he played Little League.
That was something they did.
But I thought he was saying Kennedy.
Yeah, I did too. Until I saw that in that little documentary. So the more you know.
Wow.
Man. But yeah, so they're at the Cubs game, and Cameron, he's just not. It's not really hitting on all cylinders. You seem like at the baseball game, he looks like he's starting to have fun. And you're like,
but he's fighting it though.
Yeah,
man.
but he keeps fighting. You're like, God damn it, dude, just enjoy
Relax.
it, man.
Please, absolutely.
Hit this Jeffrey.
Yeah. And speaking of snapping, then it goes back to Jeanie at her school, and she's fucking had enough. After the person is taking up a collection to get Ferris a new kidney, turns out they're about $50,000. Any donation, yeah.
I can tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, that's how much they are. And so here it is. She has this sort of almost inner monologue. She's just like, why should he get away with everything? Yep. You can see her getting angrier and angrier.
The price of a kidney for Leaf was $50,000 and two friends' very, very guilty consciences. and a lot for secrecy.
Well, push it down with Brown. That's what I always say.
Not you, Leaf. You only got one left.
Yeah.
Did you tell me to live my life? But so she snaps and she realizes, that she can't take it, man. She's gonna expose.
It's
Ferris.
Such a sibling rivalry too. Who fucking cares?
Dude,
he's home. He gamed the system. Let him game the system.
That must be a sister thing, though, right? I mean,
oh no, it's a brother thing too. It's a jealousy, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
it's just
Yeah,
it's a competitive thing that goes with all people who have siblings. And if you have a sibling, you can understand it, or if even a very close cousin, when you live with somebody, like the competition just immediately.
It's dumb. It's just there though. Like
it's so stupid, but it's there. Like my brother had it. Chris witnessed me and my brother have it out multiple times, dude. Like,
I won my competition in the womb.
Shadwick ate him.
Absorbed his energy.
Yeah. Parents had already painted the room. They'd already named him.
Right. God.
Oh, Jesus. Why did you cancel Ted? Jesus.
Oh, stop, dude. We can't go into that. That's gonna upset me. You can throw me off.
She hasn't let me touch her since the miscarriage.
Dark backstory, man. Johnny.
Meanwhile, back onto this, dude. Rooney goes to Ferris's house to check and see if he's there, dude, because he is literally on Ferris's like trail, or he thinks he's hot on his trail. And he rings the doorbell, and that's when we get like Ferris's message to that's basically like, "I'm so sick."
Yeah.
And Rooney's talking to him like it's real, like he's really there. He's like, "Come down, I want to have a word with you, Ferris." But he realizes it's a message, and he's like, "I've got him. I know he's not home. All I have to do is go in and prove my theory."
All I gotta do is break and enter.
Break and enter. And so he had this whole montage of scenes where he's trying to get in, and he can't quite get in. And he decides to climb through the doggy door, but it turns out the Bueller family owns a dog.
Well, I want to talk about. He's like, I guess he's in the flower garden, right? And he's like looking in the window.
Yeah, before
and the sprinklers come on, and like his feet like sink down
into
the mud.
Do you think he always makes that wet mud noise when he's looking at?
It doesn't even make sense. But I didn't realize that they laid the groundwork for the dog earlier in the movie, only with occasional barks in the background when they're talking in the house and things, which I never picked up until
I never heard it. I didn't hear any of that
until I went back and I was reading up on it, and yeah, they're there. So I don't know. I wonder if that was oops, maybe we need to sprinkle this in, or if that was maybe John Hughes just knows his shit.
I guess
dad loves your shit.
But it's a shock to me. So like as Rooney's trying to crawl into the house of the doggy door, which I mean it should have been a warning sign immediately that there was a doggy door. You see he's like face to face. Is that a Rottweiler or a mix or something?
Yeah.
And so
it's not a friendly dog.
He's attacked immediately, and humiliated, nearly torn to shreds, and like that's kind of where the scene is. You hear him like screaming, right? Like, he's getting attacked, and immediately we cut back to the travel trio, and in Chicago, they're at the Art Institute of Chicago, taking in all of the fancy paintings, doing this weird.
I wanted to talk to you about this intro when they're first there, and it's like all these kids walking in, everybody's holding hands, and then Ferris and them are holding hands. The light keeps going darker and brightening like over and over again as this is happening. Did you notice that? Because I didn't notice it until the last time I watched it. Like there's a light change, like where it goes a little dim and then it comes back up.
Is it a blue light?
It's just white. It looks like it's just white. It looks like it goes. And it's not doing it to who's in the frame either. Like it goes a little darker when they go in frame.
I think that's a nod to the Beatles. What is is it Abbey Road?
I was gonna say Yellow Submarine. That's
maybe. But John Hughes he's a huge Beatles fan, and I think there was something about that there. The reason I asked about the blue is because what was it called? America Windows. The big blue scene that's behind him and Sloane.
Yeah.
It's like backlit, and it almost looks like an aquarium because of the way they've got the light coming through.
Yeah. I don't know. I just noticed it, and it was weird. So.
This is actually my favorite scene in the whole movie.
Really?
Yeah. I like how it takes everything down a notch, and it shows a little bit of sensitivity, but I also fucking love the art in there.
Yeah.
The old. What's it called? The old guitarist I'm actually trying to buy a copy of that right now from someone.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, I think that'll go great downstairs.
Just so everybody knows, if you're going to try to rob him, it's a copy. That is not.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm trying to talk him down on his asking price. So.
This is not multi-million-dollar art in the Shadwick household. So, but yeah, it's a good, like you said, it kind of resets and brings everything back down from the chaos.
Yeah. It's immediately
well,
like
and you get that. What is that song? Is that the Smiths?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I literally cannot.
It's a great little song too.
And so
remember the song
when the art, like you said, it kind of brings it down with the art. But right before that, when Rooney, which I didn't pick this up actually till this last time, when Rooney is at the house, he's humming "Dunkashane." Before this scene, and then we go from this to this is where isn't this where Sloane, like, you have one more run in with your dad because they're back in the taxi cab, and Sloane pulls the they find out like his dad Derp is right next to him.
Yeah, well, hold on, man. I do want to talk about Cameron looking at that painting. So I want to talk about this because I want to ask you guys what your take was on this, because Cameron is fixated on the child in this, and the camera keeps cutting back. It's like closer on him, it's closer on the painting, closer on him, closer on the painting, and I'm wondering what you guys thought he was seeing in that.
I wonder if it was like the last time I watched it earlier on. I don't know, like I just kind of tuned out during this, like, when I was a kid, but this, I wonder now if it's the child, like, maybe missing what it was like to be a child. Maybe there's something he's seeing in that child that he wishes he had, maybe longing for something, maybe longing to be a child. Yeah. But it's something revolving around the child, at least is what I assume.
From my research, it is direct. It's a direct reference, basically, to like the loneliness and the isolation of that child.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Also, it's a pointillistic painting, so the closer you look into it, the more it disappears.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, then that could be
I didn't.
Yeah, that could be another deeper meaning to that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 100% a reference.
But isn't the child holding someone's hand in that, or standing next to somebody?
Yeah, but the closer you get to it, the more the child looks faceless.
Right.
Which is how he feels.
Yeah.
Like his dad doesn't acknowledge him at all, so he feels like he doesn't exist, like that girl's face.
Yeah, that makes sense
in my mind.
Yeah,
yeah, like because it's made out of dots, right? Is that how they achieve the effect?
Yeah,
like into it. Yeah, which is like, I mean, damn, like that's
pretty deep in the middle of this John Hughes movie. That
deep.
So this scene was actually originally after the parade, and they had test audiences watch or whatever, and every single person complained about that scene.
Down. Yeah,
super good call.
They're like it can't go after because you hit to the highest point, the highest point in the movie. And then you got to drop back down.
That's a big drop. It's not as big of a drop from the Rooney shit, because that's kind of a fuck him, and where the parade is like a yay everybody. So like it's easier to bring it down from the Rooney thing than it is from this. I like it.
All right. So you were back to what you were talking about. They're in the cab. They pull up right next to Ferris's dad.
Look over there.
And
how long does this motherfucker work at all? Does he just hang out in cabs all day?
He's having lunches with his.
We're on business. God damn it!
Yeah.
It's exactly what happens, dude. Like he's on business, and what I assume is like he's okay. So here's the thing:
he's a mover and shaker.
He's not only a mover and a shaker. He's having a business meeting with his boys, right? Which we see at Shake Kiss or whatever the hell it is, and Ferris steals his cab, right? And so some of this other stuff happens, and he's sharing a cab with his two business friends. And so what I assume is they get dropped off, and so he's on the way back to work, and that's where he's stuck in traffic next to Ferris.
I just mean from the time they left, they did this whole art thing and then came back, and then he's still in a goddamn cab. I'm just saying, like, maybe go to work.
Maybe he went to see a nice piece of wool.
Is that a Chicago day? Is a Chicago day is like you work for 3 hours, 4-hour lunch because you're stuck in traffic, and then you go back, for 1 hour and leave? Because I may move to Chicago.
You got to eat some. You got to eat some sausages somewhere in there.
Yeah,
Chris is literally exerting some Jeanie. Like some Jeanie like vibes here right now. The anger and jealousy towards him.
Like, God, I want your life.
All right. So back to them in the cab. This is the part where I was actually like, there's no way Sloane's 18 years old here.
Oh yeah.
Because to throw Ferris's dad off the scent because he thinks like he uses peripheral.
To see the gazelle.
Yeah. But he thinks he saw Ferris. Like he does a little double take. When he looks back over, she's there with the sunglasses that Ferris had on. And then she starts kind of flirting with him.
Yeah.
And it's very seductive.
And what was hotter than that to me was when he's like, Ferris and Cameron are rubbing a Lucky Rabbit's foot, like Cameron's Lucky Rabbit's foot underneath, like, be like, damn it. And he's like, what's happening? Or what's he doing? And she's just like,
he's licking the glass and making obscene gestures with his hands.
What?
I was like, damn, girl. That sense of humor. I dig that sense of humor.
Yeah, it's like a broad.
Like a broad.
Like boo-boo kitty fuck.
But very shortly after this, we get to one of the most famous scenes in the film. Obviously, there is a parade. If I'm not mistaken, from my research, it's the Von Steuben Day Parade, which is some sort of like German heritage festival. That happens obviously in Manhattan. Maybe there's a Chicago version. I'm sure there probably is. And both Cameron and Sloane have lost Ferris in this parade, right? Like he sort of ditched them. They can't figure out where
film this over 2 days. I think this was a 2-day celebration, whatever, or a 2-weekend celebration maybe. But all the people like on the scaffolding and all the patrons that are dancing and singing along. It's all just regular fucking Chicago people just enjoying the parade.
They put out a thing too, like if you want to be in a Paramount movie, like show up here or whatever. And but yeah, so they look up and Ferris is on the float singing Dunkashane, which makes an appearance later on in the movie too. I forgot where it is, but like it's kind of like an ongoing theme throughout this movie. But he does this with the dancers, and apparently there was like a whole dance choreography, but I didn't realize Matthew Broderick has like a bum wheel. I guess he had knee surgery pretty young, is what he was saying.
He hurt his knee. I think it was the final scene where he's running home.
Yeah, well,
they filmed that earlier, and he hurt his knee.
He hurt it there, but he had said he had surgery before that. Like, and I was like, "You're too young to have surgery, young man." But anyway, he's got a bum wheel, so he couldn't do any of this choreography that they practiced. So they just kind of ended up winging it, which I think is even better because it's kind of more spontaneous and
he's the center of attention. So he's on this float, and he's singing Dunkashane, which leads into the Beatles' Twist and Shout.
Yeah,
as Shavik mentioned,
everybody goes fucking crazy too.
Yeah,
and you know
like
what?
Everyone's going.
Probably my least favorite scene of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I did read that fucking Paul McCartney was mad that they added horns to this
because if we wanted horns in it, we would have put horns in it.
Shut up. Idiot.
Shut the fuck up!
Doggy.
and they probably paid him $100,000 to use that damn song.
They did pay him $100,000. Well, actually, they paid whoever owned the Beatles, which may have been Michael Jackson at that time. But yes, somebody got paid.
You know, he's a homosexual pedophile.
So is Mr. Mooney.
Your ass is mine.
And so there's this just really fun scene everybody recognizes, and like it's basically Ferris is the center of attention. He jumps on the float, and you can even see like the mayor. He's got the sash, and he's looking at their itinerary, and he's just like, this isn't even in their itinerary what's happening. But by the end, he's dancing along. There's an impromptu dance scene with the citizens of Chicago, and everybody's having a good time. Sloane and Cameron, on the other hand, are literally just sort of discussing their future, their unsure futures, right? They're young people. They go into like sort of a deeper conversation. It's like, what are you going to do after high school? Well, I guess I'll go to college. So they're like having this back and forth. Meanwhile, Ferris is sort of like on this float, like in this situation, and they're like, just look at him. They're like, he's having a blast. Like everything just works out for him.
Yeah, that's what Cameron's like. He gets away with everything. I can't get away with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel bad for the horse,
but he doesn't say it. But he's not. He doesn't say it salty like Jeanie does. It's almost like admiration. And down in himself at the same time.
Yeah, because in a lot of ways, it's like this just goes to show you that like people that are risk takers, oftentimes, I'm sorry to say this, for people who are reserved, risk takers often like win. Right, like they're the ones that like get
have more fun at least.
They have more fun. They have more quote unquote luck, and that's just what it is. It's not necessarily luck.
So
it's the
bet
fact
it all on Nate Diaz to lose.
It's America. Get it right.
Exactly. And so you're really in this situation where you watch them, and they're sort of looking at him, seeing that he's like, well, it all works out for him, but it's like, despite the fact this is a Groundhog Day and he's done it 10,000 times in a row, it's more, it's practice. It's more or less the people that are like this oftentimes have these sort of immaculate moments, right? Like he took this risk and it worked out. Everything's working out for him. It's
you mean the Hawk Tua girl?
Hawk Tua, spit on it, spit on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's who he's talking about.
That's actually what I was meaning. You're 100%. You're 100% right.
As it seems like the more that Ferris continues to win, it almost like she has like a sixth sense. Jeanie is just fucking snapped. She's had enough.
This is where she's doing her little inner monologue narration thing. She's like going back and forth, like maybe he's not so bad.
What makes him so goddamn special? Screw him.
Yep. And then she's going home because she is going to expose. She's going to try to succeed where Rooney failed.
She tries to go to the school before she leaves the school and drives out. She tries to visit the office, and this is where you get this interaction between her. It might be one of my favorite scenes. Yep. Between her and Edie McClurg, the secretary.
What a little asshole.
Yeah, that fucking thick accent.
Yeah, so she
I just love how she's like, she does the overly nice, like the Fargo, exaggerated accent. And then
she hits with that shit.
But she'll keep that accent, but still like really grind it in. Like, well, I guess that means it's personal and it's none of your business.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
So this is that's when Jeanie snaps. She's going home. She's gonna expose. And this is the events of derp that keep happening. So like Rooney gets a get well soon flower pot mints for Ferris's, and it knocks his fucking dog out with it.
Sleep tight, Pooch.
Yeah, another bad line. Another one aged poorly. He's like, I got something for you, little fucker.
Yep. Yep, not age well.
Dun, dun, dun.
And so now he can finally sneak into the house, but Derp Jeannie's already there. She's already ripped up the Rube Goldberg shit, so she knows Ferris isn't there. So she assumes what she hears is Ferris. And so she goes downstairs, jumps out. Rooney hears what he assumes is Ferris, and it's Jeanie, and you have this big derp moment. And she whoop his ass with that fucking 3 karate kicks to the face.
I only kicked him once.
Right, it's good editing.
Yeah, 2 more.
If you notice, they zoom in each time on the same kick, like
a la Jean-Claude Van Damme, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but her terrified face is hilarious. She gets so animated.
Yeah, it does go cartoonish. Like she like throws the head back when she runs.
Like she is just super cartoony. And so Rooney is she goes upstairs and is call the police, but then is this when she starts to use the intercom system and lets him know that she's up there with her dad's gun. And what is it? A scorching case of
herpes. This is a case. I mean, ironically, she was actually attacking the right person for that. You know what I
mean? Your ass is mine.
But also, what bothered me about this scene is, like, do you not know what your principal looks like? How did you not recognize him?
I mean, but it's also shocking. You don't know who it is. You just know it's not your brother when you're looking to see him. So I don't know. But
I guess
the big part of this is he drops his wallet as he's walking away, and then you see his car also getting towed away.
Being towed away.
Which, by the way, Rooney's car license tag 4 FBDO, so 4 Ferris Bueller's Day Off was the tag on Rooney's car.
Oh, I didn't see that one, dude.
Yep, Rooney had a per John T 86 Dodge Aries K. So,
all right,
shout out John T. You really helped me out on this one.
Dodge,
that's a good one, dude.
I thought it was a Chrysler.
No, his mom's driving the Chrysler, and it's actually a Chrysler LeBaron, Freddie.
I only see one. I don't see 2 LeBarons.
Gordy.
What do you see 2?
Gordy.
Do you see 2 LeBarons?
Gordy.
Not at all. Where's your LeBaron, Freddie?
So
where's your LeBaron,
Chadwick? But so yeah, man. So they get back to the Ferrari after the guy. Speaking of a guy, the parking attendant, I figured that guy has used the term goodwill before. 100%.
100%.
Yeah,
he might have had some goodwill in that Ferrari.
I know, man. So they bring it back. You know, the car, no scuffs or whatever. Who cares?
I do love, though, they have just short little callbacks to it throughout the movie. And the one where the camera is under the car as it's going over the hill and it's playing the Star Wars music.
The slow motion ramping, like it's so
good. But yeah, man. So they have the car back. They're going, gonna go return it. Everything's gonna be fine until they look down and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Ferris.
How many miles does it have?
Yeah, and
it was like 100, and so evidently the two guys put like 200 plus miles, like on the Ferrari, and Cameron goes ballistic. He's basically comatose after this scene, and all of their attempts to revive him.
Yeah, baby, go comatose for me.
Yeah, there's a weird shot. It's when Cameron's like laid out and Sloane's like, rubbing his head and everything. His eyes in this scene almost look black. It's really weird.
Black eyes.
Lifeless eyes. Black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
It's weird that it looks like and then when they zoom up, it looks like almost like he's been crying, like he's got red in the whites of his eyes or whatever. It's just, he's just out of it, and it's fucking weird, man.
We get another monologue from Ferris to the audience. He breaks the fourth wall, and Chadwick's right. Like, he talks about, well, go ahead, Chadwick. Like, what he goes off, basically.
Basically, he's worried about Cameron. He's like, he's going to end up, not having any self-respect. He's going to latch on to the first person that shows him any kind of interest. He's going to be miserable because that person is not going to challenge him. He's not going to. She's not going to respect him. It's like you can't be with someone that doesn't respect you. Someone that just kisses your ass all the time.
Yeah,
dude. EA said it doesn't like that hit me this time, and I was like, what like an obvious thing to say that everyone knows is like you can't respect someone that kisses your ass, but it's like. I feel like people have forgotten that lesson, which is gross because
I don't think some of those people ever learned that lesson.
Yeah. It's like anyone that kisses your ass, like if you're a young man and you think, well, if I just subservient myself to this girl, like she'll respect me, she won't.
You'll end up working at her dad's grocery store, not having sex for 12 years.
Yeah.
You're crazy! That's right! Not having sex for 12 years will do that to a person!
Shout out our City Slickers episode.
I hate you too.
City Slickers, dude. Exactly. And so they have no choice but to take Cameron back to his house, and they put him in a chair on the diving board. Looks like they're trying to force him to have a good time still. And so Sloane and Ferris are kind of sitting in
the hot tub area. Like there's
the hot tub of the pool area.
Let me ask you guys something. Why is it harder for a girl to be in like what does she have on, like a slip? Why is that more attractive than a bathing suit?
I don't know if it leaves more of the imagination or what.
I can give you Mike's.
What's yours?
I just feel like the slip like feels better. You know that like silky feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know if that
but I guess it's also
supposed
to be more intimate. It's not supposed to be worn on the outside.
Yeah,
like a bathing suit is.
Also, she's hot. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, that might actually be the most
bit.
important aspect of this is that she's extremely attractive.
What's that
and
shit Craig
desirable.
Robinson said in like Hot Tub Time Machine when like the younger girlfriend walks in, he's like,
Wow! I don't remember her being that fucking beautiful.
And tight. She's so tight.
She's really fucking tight.
She's so
impossibly tight.
Yeah, she's so tight. That's what I look back like. It's us. We're old now. We're all fucking like loose, hanging out and shit.
Yeah, just
Or those creepy guys at the Hooters bar.
And yes, my neck does look like a vagina.
Yeah, that's us, man.
And so we, Cameron being comatose, sitting on the edge of the pool, and dude, like he finally realizes he doesn't want to live. It hits that moment. Like he's like, this is the end. You see him finally come out of the comatose moment. He looks down at the pool and he just like face first into the pool, and you see him sink down. And there's this like moment where he reaches the bottom, right? And he's just like obviously where he just has decided to end his life, and he's kind of like looking around, and he almost has this epiphany underwater, in my opinion. Shadwick, did you?
I don't think he ever got to the point where he was going to end his life. I think I think this whole time he was just taking a break and resetting, because when he gets to the bottom, I think he looks up to see if anybody's coming to save him. Like I think it's a test for Ferris. It's like, I want to see if he actually cares.
Yeah.
Or if he's so self-absorbed he's not even going to try to save me.
So you don't think he's hit like rock bottom then?
No. Well, he even says after the fact, he was like, I was just sitting and thinking about stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
He was like in a meditation or whatever is what he said.
And Sloane's like, hey, let me ask you, did you see me change clothes?
Yeah, right.
And then he gives her that sneaky little grin.
Yeah. And I'm like,
man,
I respect it.
He's like,
well, that's
like, you know what I am afraid of? Getting a boner.
Ferris Bueller, you're my hero.
You're kidding?
That's what I mean, though. Like the layers of this character, like how great of a job he does in this, like so good.
And that line, and the way, and the look on his face, the smile and everything, reminds me a lot of Squint in Sandlot.
Yeah, man.
And which that makes me think a lot of other scenes with Cameron remind me of Squint's.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
I actually feel like this whole movie is filled with those moments, and like from now on, watching this again, it's gonna like recolor a lot of the films that I've seen that came after this. Because you're right, there's a lot of moments where you're like, dude, that reminds me of so many other scenes.
Dude, he's definitely Zach Morris.
Zach Morris is trash.
So you're saying like this one friend faked that he was dying to another friend, and it was just a joke though, right?
It was just a joke. It was a comedic joke,
just a funny ha-ha.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
It probably didn't like scar him for life or anything.
Yeah.
Who would do something like that is what I want to know.
Asshole.
What a little asshole.
I was just a child, man. So back to the Bueller household. Before the police actually get there, you hear a knock at the door, and Jeanie runs down the stairs, and I'll be damned if there isn't a get well soon card by old Fran the nurse.
It's almost like a candygram, right?
Headache, fever, and a chill. I came to help restore your pluck, 'cause I'm the nurse who likes to
Party. Yeah. that's what it is. So that's not the cops. She thinks it's the cops or whatever.
Oh,
and then
those cops.
Yeah, then the actual cops show up. No one's there, and they arrest her for filing a false police report or some shit.
So that's what I was talking about earlier when she's in the office and the lady's like, who made you mad today or whatever. Do you think she's
reputation.
Do you think she's also like called the cops before?
Maybe that's her reputation.
Yeah,
like that. And now
just somebody that bitches about everybody all the time.
And to be honest, like when the mom picks her up from the police station, it's not like she's overly concerned about the intruder in the house. She's more concerned that the daughter's doing it again or whatever, right? So that's a good point. The most important part about this is that you find out that while she's waiting, she sits down next to Mr. Charlie Sheen.
Yep, it's my second. I would say second favorite, maybe first favorite scene of the movie.
And so she sits down with Charlie Sheen, and actually Jennifer Grey was the one that got Charlie Sheen this gig because they're on Red Dawn together. So she told Hughes about Sheen. Hughes had worked with his brother in Breakfast Club. So, there's where that connection comes together. And Charlie Sheen is basically just everything bad. He's basically his character from Major League.
Yeah, he's wearing a leather jacket,
which means he's bad.
But no, he doubles as like the wise person that sets her on her path.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
And I love it. I love his like subdued confidence. Like he's just sitting back. Like none of the insults that she says to him phases him at all. Mm-hmm. He's unwavering, and he's very like straightforward. Like I know what your problem is. I just want you to say it.
Yeah.
He is in. You could tell, like, ironically, like he's been arrested for drugs, which has nothing to do with the real Charlie Sheen anywhere in the future whatsoever. But like Chadwick's right, like he plays this like sort of like world weary character. He's young, but he's like been through it. He's like, well, I know what your issue is. And they have this back and forth, and he's like, dude, you need to spend more time worrying about yourself and less time worrying about your brother or anyone else, which is, wow, sage-like advice for everyone on the fucking internet.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
That's there was a scene cut out where you find out that Charlie Sheen's family are the ones that own the tow truck company that took Rooney's car.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Instead, you get a callback to a lot of the other scenes, which we like didn't have time to mention because there's just so many. He was like, Charlie Sheen's character's like, well, I know somebody you need to talk to, and she's like,
if you say Ferris Bueller, you lose a testicle.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah.
Yes, dude. And like she immediately is just like, you see her knuckles like cracking because she's so angry that it's like that. It all leads back. All roads lead back to Ferris in this film. We saw multiple things one time. So when Ferris Bueller encounters his father, like at the end of that scene, he pulls up a paper and like one of the articles written is just like save Ferris Bueller or whatever.
Save Ferris.
whatever it says on when Jeannie's driving home. There's like a big water tower with like a safe Ferris. It's like everyone is concerned.
Yeah, even when they're leaving the police department, the police chief's like, I hope your son gets better.
Yes.
We're all pulling for him.
It's just freaking. It's everywhere, man. So let's get back to just wrapping this one up, because this is Cameron. This used to be a thing, I guess, in cars where you could reverse the mileage off of them. Not a thing. Obviously, not a thing with this model. Which made me think, like, with digital odometers now, how can you trust anything on a used car? Because that has to be super easy to fucking hack. Like, from what it's a digital readout.
I don't think it is. I think
someone can do it. I'm just
we
saying.
We need to ask John T, because I've heard you can hack into the computer system and change it, and anything that is automated or computerized can be hacked.
Yeah.
Like and changed. And so I know for a fact,
if John T knows how to do that, well, let me know.
We'll put it on our Patreon. Just be sure to join $5 a month.
we might create a new tier for this one.
Yeah, this will be a different tier. We'll call this our Grand Theft Auto tier. But yeah, man, so they're trying to roll off the mileage. It's not working, and Cameron fucking snaps. And this is when he has finally had enough. He says he's going to, Ferris is like, I'll take the blame for it. Like, just tell your dad it was me. And he's just like, nah, man, basically, fuck my dad. It starts kicking the car.
I'm so sick of his shit. Can't stand him, and I hate this goddamn car.
I hate to keep calling it back, but he's having a Phil moment from City Slickers where
yep, he is.
Like, I hate bullies.
Because a bully doesn't just beat you up. He takes away your dignity. Phil! I hate that.
Yep, and he's fucking sick of it, and so he finally stops, and they're like, Jesus, like, he's kind of realizing what he's done, and he's okay with this because he's just dented some things. And remember earlier on, the dad had restored this, so whether the dad can do it himself or knows people to do it, like, this is, we are not past the point of repair at this point.
No, it'll cost him some money to fix it, and he'll talk to him.
But Cameron says he's glad. He's like, he'll see what I've done, and like we'll have to talk about it.
And then, oops.
And then he just like kind of props up on it, right?
Yeah.
And it kicks off that jack. And I love this camera angle. Right when it comes off the jack,
the one on the wheels.
It shows it pulling away from Cameron.
And so this was one of the shots. I forgot, like they said, how many cameras they had outside of the window to catch this, because it was obviously kind of a one and done. And so when it happens, the car goes out. They have the cameras, slow motion camera, all that good stuff. It ripped part of the fiberglass, and it's, I think, in the back of the car, because they talked about how the fiberglass ripped, and everybody was like, "Fuck!" Like, people are gonna know that this wasn't a real blah, blah, blah. And so he said, after some clever camera angles and some limb placements, and if you look, there's limbs placed over the back. It would be the passenger side on the back. There's like a limb over, and I believe that's where it must have hit a tree and then ripped the fiberglass.
Well, so not only that, when they started filming this, it was summer. Yeah. By the time they got to film this part, it was fall, so the trees had all like turned brown. So the set production people or whatever were out there like painting leaves and putting them back on the trees.
Holy shit! Fuck that.
And that particular piece of property where the car would be landing was protected wildlife. So they had to cover everything with a tarp and put more like plants and trees and leaves on top of it to protect the stuff underneath it. They also had to replace all the windows in that building because the original windows in that place were all tinted. And, and when they replaced the one, they just had to replace all of them so they would match.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. The car is completely fucked, and
this is Cameron's last scene, man.
It's his last stand.
Yeah, this is his last day in Shavik, and both Chris mentioned it, dude. He's come full circle. Like in the film, you could see that he's going to accept, like immediately Ferris offers for the first time in a selfless manner. Yeah. He offers to like take the blame for it and accept like the heat, and Cameron's just like, no. He was like, even though I've literally done a lot of this, and like I'm gonna take it. And you see Cameron's character change come to fruition here. He's like, I'm tired of being a terrified little bitch that's caused all of this anxiety. And you see him, he's like, I'm gonna stand on business. I made a mistake. I did some things that were wrong. I'm gonna accept the consequences, whatever those consequences may be. And so this is his like character arc coming to an end. That he's like, yeah, like I'm tired of being scared, dude. And I admire that, dude. There's a lot of people that are neurotic and scared and terrified. And then this is Cameron's moment where he's like, I'm done with it.
Sometimes you just have to ruin your dad's $7 million car.
What did Sloane say?
It's okay. Sooner or later, everybody goes to the zoo.
Yeah, I
Lose
think
your shit.
She also at one point in time said,
Richie, would you do me a favor and eat my pussy for me?
She did say that, dude. I remember that.
I saw it at this last time I watched it. After I had a couple of glasses of whiskey, I was like, yeah, I will do that. Did you mean what you said back there?
Did you mean what you said earlier
So you watched her say that to Richie, then you went home and jacked off?
I went home and I had to catch a flight home and then went home and jerked off.
Fuck the sleeve of your favorite jacket.
So Ferris's mom has got to go pick up Jeanie after all of this happens, and I'll be damned if she isn't making out with Charlie Sheen, because
who would have known?
Winning,
dude, this hot ass guy, dude.
Like you can't resist the Sheen guy. This is a good character change too. I know it's goofy, but when she's leaving and her mom's like getting her the fuck out of there, and like Lee said, the police are like, hey, tell your son we're pulling for him, whatever. When she's leaving and she's all giddy, and then she's like, Jeanie now. So her name's Jeanie, but our friends call her Shauna or whatever, and that doo-wop shit starts playing.
Okay, Gene.
That's great. I'll see you, okay?
Shauna, Jeanie.
But I like how Charlie Sheen doesn't bite on that.
No. He's like, okay,
calls her Jeanie.
Yeah, and then so she giggles at that, and she's going down the stairs, and she's like a kid on Christmas, like spinning around, giggling, and all this stuff. I love that.
Don't tell Rooney that.
Your ass is mine.
You just can't cover movies with him anymore.
I agree with Chris. This is her full circle moment. Go ahead, Shelby.
Well, I think what forced her into that full circle moment was he called her shit. Just like we've talked about 100 times on here. Sometimes when you punch the bully in the nose, their whole demeanor changes.
Right, and that's what happens here, except for he just sucked face with her and it changed her demeanor. Like, turns out,
like he called her out. He was like, and she knew he was right. And I think deep down, like, that was part of her character development. Is just like, dude, I need to stop worrying about like my brother and what he's doing. And like, she got the car, man.
Yeah,
like she's the younger sibling. She got the fucking car. He got a shitty computer, but she didn't know about the internet.
No,
she didn't know about Facebook.
He was just playing fucking Oregon Trail all night long. That's all he had.
Right?
Her
what is he going to do?
Her mom's like, come on, get away from him. I'm afraid Chuck's going to pull one eye out on you.
You can take on one eye to the optometrist, man. So she's on her way home, which they do the proving she went full circle here later on as we do this in this movie. But on your way home, this is where you have the iconic Ferris Bueller, because right before this he has his last farewell with Sloane.
He tells her they tell each other they love each other, and then
he's gonna marry me.
They embrace and kiss. As he runs away, she's like, he's gonna marry me, and so you assume they're gonna be together forever. Which Shabak and I know it just ends in divorce and it's retarded.
It would have been better if she'd just been like, I'm going to make you wish you'd never been born.
And more realistic.
Yeah, that'd have been way more realistic. I can't wait to ruin his life and take half his shit.
You could just play the Family Guy version of this next scene, right?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Just cue my dad going, son, if you ever consider getting married again, just buy her a truck and be on your way.
Yeah, it'll be way easier.
Yeah.
By the way, the last Dunkashane thing is Jeanie is humming that when she's leaving the police station. So,
very nice.
So
very nice.
But again, you can play the Family Guy clip of Family Guy doing a parody. So many things have done parodies of this. But you get to see everybody's car here on the way home. So let me run through these tags as we're going through, everything, which we probably can't play much of this clip because I'm sure that music is copywritten from all the
Yes.
So, Mom's car, VCTN, which is Vacation, a.k.a. National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh,
that John
my
Hughes wrote.
God.
And
I
the
love it.
dad's car is MMOM. What do you think that one is, Shadwick? Mr. Mom, also written by John Hughes. So, nice little Easter eggs in this movie and those license tags, man. So,
wow.
Long story short, Ferris gets home after there's a little bit of sibling rivalry here of Jeanie trying to beat him home, which is kind of fun.
I do love the little grin back and forth. Like,
the eyes getting closed and like
he runs out in front of the car. She slams the brakes on. The mom, all of her papers go up comedically. She can't see him for a second, and they just exchange this look.
Yeah, it's like a game.
I don't know if she's at this point actually trying to still bust him, or if she has made the change already.
I think that it's just I think it's just she wants to beat him home. I don't know if she's wanting to bust him. I don't know. Like,
but you can almost hear like the high noon.
Oh yeah, like the western, like
what's it called? Okay, corral. Yeah.
But so he goes through again. You've seen this parodied and seen this clip ad nauseum, so we won't do a lot of that. But
where Benny the Jet outruns the monster dog.
Yeah, exactly. And so he gets home, just barely beating everybody to the back door, and I'll be goddamned if old Ed Rooney isn't standing there.
Your ass is mine.
He's Jason after you thought he was dead, and then he sat back up. But
he's fucked up from the dog attack, and he's got scars, and like he's all bleeding, and his shoe is missing from the mud.
His car's been towed. His dick don't
and he's
work.
talking shit, dude. He is just like, dude, I'm gonna make sure you spend another year in school. Like, this is his ultimate revenge moment.
The fucking Breakfast Club too. Why do these principals hate people so much?
Yes, dude. It's that like authority narrative versus the youth. It's just
Don't
like,
be
I'm
my
gonna crush you.
principal, be my principal.
I honestly think it comes from the idea that authority wants you to be like them. They want to crush your soul because their soul is crushed. They want you to be miserable because they're miserable. And I think kids are like keenly aware of that. They can look at somebody and see that they're not happy
Dude,
about
they know
their
that
lives.
what you got for Christmas this year was a crushed soul. We know that.
Hey, Tiffany, want to know what I got? A crushed soul.
You mentioned that earlier.
We can smell the scotch and cheesecake on you.
The Cheesecake Factory on
Daddy,
you, dude.
I wanted a choo-choo.
Damn. That one kind of hurts.
But Shauna is listening to their interaction because, again, like Chris said, she comes in and she hears Rooney basically threatening Ferris, and it's over. Like, Ferris is busted. He's trying to get in the house. He's toast, and the door opens up, and Shauna uncharacteristically saves Ferris.
Thanks him, Rooney, for bringing him home or whatever. Can you believe that he was trying to,
walk home from the hospital?
Yeah, and
just bullshit. Like,
and
makes
then,
up
then hits it home with, you left your wallet in the kitchen. So she's got proof that he was there. And so he's defeated. He's like, fuck me. Bounces. Ferris is able to get up to the room fast enough, slide in there. That whole
just in time.
That whole, you got to like suppress your breathing so they don't walk in and you're like, Like, what have you been doing? And I was like, Cinemax.
I was watching Cops.
Why are you so sweaty? I was watching Cops.
Yeah, I was watching Cops. That's what it was, man. Don't put your feet on the couch, man.
So Ferris's parents show up at the last second, dude, and you get basically the impromptu end of the film where they believe, of course, that Ferris spent the entire day. We know differently. They believe he spent the entire day in bed, sick. And they're like, "Oh, we'll get some soup and we'll take care of you, and we're proud of you and we love you." And Ferris turns to the camera and he just reiterates his like philosophy on life. He's just like, "Listen,
life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it."
That is the end of the film. And as the credits roll, dude, we see Ed Rooney's ultimate fate. He's imprisoned for child molestation.
For the rest of his life?
For the rest of his life. Weird.
No, he is forced to take the school bus back home. And
to this guy, it's like a fucking kid in a candy store.
Your ass is mine.
You rewarded him. He's been rewarded, dude.
Yeah. You got to stop rewarding bad behavior as a society.
It's one of my family. Like his interaction with one of the girls he's next to with the
gummy bears
for some reason my family my mother specifically loves this scene. She's all like,
"I bet you've never smelled a real school bus before."
Does not age well at all, man. So
it's awful, dude. It's so awful, man.
It's like the Krispy Kreme assorted dozen. He's just like,
he's like, well, yeah.
So I can't wait to stick my fingers in all these.
Your ass is mine.
I wonder why our YouTube videos have been doing so bad lately.
I don't know. I can't figure it out, dude. Why does YouTube like us,
on account
bro?
of fuck 'em?
So, is this the first one you remember with a post-credit scene? Like, this is one of the first ones I remember. So after, you have the Rooney thing, but then the credits roll, and then you have the one that was, parodied on Deadpool, like where he comes out.
It's over. Go home. Oh, you're expecting a teaser for Deadpool 2. Well, we don't have that kind of money.
So was this the first one you guys remember were the ones at the very, very end?
I think so.
I can't remember one before this.
I can't remember one before this, but also, this is one of the only movies I remember not really having an ending credit scene because no one's looking at the credits. They're watching the scene, basically. No one's looking at, the names of the poor souls that
well, I mean, most of the time you just leave, right? And so,
usually.
So this one, the credits roll, and then at the very end it hits that, So, anyway, the movie ends, man. Great movie, Paramount Plus. If you haven't already watched it, be sure to go watch it. If you haven't watched it in a while, man, treat yourself and go watch it, man. And, dude, let's go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. From the movie, Ferris Bueller, what is your favorite line? And I'm going to go with...
I'm dying.
You're not dying. You just can't think of anything good to do.
I don't know why that one kind of sat with me. Leaf, what do you got?
Dude, I've got to go with...
Oh, well, he's very popular, Ed. The sportos, the motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, dickheads. They all adore him.
Yes,
he's one righteous dude. So, Chadwick, man, bring us home. What do you got?
I laughed so much last night. I always try to pick something kind of obscure, and this might top that list because it's just when she meets Charlie Sheen.
I meant, are you in here for drugs?
Why are you here?
Drugs.
But his delivery on that one word is so good because it's not even like, it's just kind of like matter of fact, but also humorous.
Yeah, no, it's good.
But then also he was on drugs for a really long time during 2.5 minutes.
There's double meaning on that. So again,
that's not makeup under his eyes.
Yeah. So if you haven't already, be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. have listen parties. Do whatever you got to do. Spread the word, man. So
Please.
We appreciate everything. Thanks for watching. And guys, with that, we'll take it over to our Norm Macdonald Clip of the Week.
In Norwich, Connecticut, a local museum has made a long overdue effort at racial reconciliation by returning 21 ancient tribal artifacts to the Mohegan Indians. But as for everything else in the country, we'll be keeping that. Yeah. It's good news, really.